evening, please rise for the Lebanese national anthem. Please be seated. Today is my birthday. Not too long ago, I was a white thread, then a piece of white cloth, and I could have become anything. A white tablecloth in a fancy restaurant, or a white bedsheet in a royal household. But I could not have imagined a better fate. I became a white coat. And I have been looking forward to this day ever since, because although I was not made today, today is my birthday, because on this day, I will finally meet my partner. I lie here in this vast hall, neatly folded in a big stack on the table, overflowing with anticipation, as the glorious assembly hall fills with people. The first ones to arrive are my partner's families. They too have been eagerly awaiting this day. After so many years of rearing, nurturing, worrying, and spending, they are finally here, ready to cheer and clap and take pictures when my partner and I walk across the stage. Then it is finally time. The crowd falls silent, and at the sound of the organ, the procession begins. I wonder, which one of these beaming men and women is my partner? Which one of these young souls who are almost skipping with joy as they walk down the aisle with a sense of triumph, eyes filled with hope, pride, and yes, a little bit of apprehension? Well, I'm apprehensive too. On my birthday, my student will wear me for the first time. Today is the day for celebrating, taking selfies, and enjoying the moment. But tomorrow life begins. Tomorrow my student will wear me, and together we will face the days that follow after that. I will be with him or her when they meet their first patient. And when I'm wrapped around their shoulders, I will shelter them like a cocoon, invigorating them and fueling them with confidence. I will take in each patient's story, and with time, I will become heavier with all these stories, so that each time my student puts me on, he or she will feel the weight of the responsibility, but also the wisdom that they have accrued with each story they have learned. Undaunted by all the difficulties and the long hours, we will march forward with determination and courage. Our journey will continue together for 2 whole years, and then suddenly, after that, I will no longer be. In the end, I am the short coat. My student's career will begin with me, but when it is time to move on, they will have a new white coat, the long coat, symbolizing their transition from students to physicians. It will be with the long coat that they will go on to accomplish great things and ascertain their place in the profession. And I will be cast aside with my memories and my stories. But I will always be proud to have been my students' first coat, the one they will wear here, the one they will share their first successes and their first mistakes with. And I will be content in the end to have served my purpose with diligence and honor. I will not ponder too long about my fate because today is about joy. Today is my birthday. Esteemed officials of the university, faculty members, parents, and students, welcome to the White Coat ceremony for the medicine class of 2025. The White Coat ceremony has become a yearly tradition at AUB Faculty of Medicine. It is the time when students who are about to begin their third year of medical training and the first of 2 years of clinical training gather to celebrate with their families and their teachers this important transition that they are making. Class of 2025, today with your coat, you will receive a gift, which is a selection of the works of our own Gibran Khalil Gibran. And I would like to leave you with some words of wisdom from this great Lebanese thinker that are befitting this occasion. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life, not so much by what happens as by the way your mind looks at what happens. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. I slept and dreamed that life is all joy. I woke and I saw that life is all service. I served and I saw that service is joy. And finally, وَلَعَمْرِي إِنَّ الْحَيَاةَ ظَلَامٌ إِلَّا إِذَا صَاحِبُهَا الْحَافِظُ وَكُلُّ حَافِظٍ ضَرِيرٌ إِلَّا إِذَا اقْتَرَنَا بِالْمَعْرِفَةِ وَكُلُّ مَعْرِفَةٍ هَبَاءٌ إِلَّا إِذَا رافقها الْعَمَلُ وَكُلُّ عَمَلٍ خَوَاءٌ إِلَّا إِذَا امْتَزَجَ بِالْحُبِّ فإذا امتزج عملك بالحب فقد وصلت نفسك بنفسك وبالناس وبالله. Thank you. I would now like to ask President Fadl Khouri to deliver his address.
Greetings, students of the Faculty of Medicine, I believe class of 2025. Today's a special occasion. You officially entered the world of medicine and the lifelong responsibility that comes with it. Along with donning your white coats, you're entering a now 156-year-old medical school and a fellowship that extends back more than a century and a half. This is a group that has survived and thrived during world wars and civil wars, during pandemics and epidemics, and you're entering it filled not only with hope and conviction, but with not inconsiderable experience. So today marks the beginning of your clinical journey into a world that's in desperate need of your hope, courage, enthusiasm, strength, idealism, intellect, but mostly your humanity. As you move forward, I'm going to give you a few pieces of advice based on my own 34 years in this most noble of professions. First of all, it's important to acknowledge that the pressure to perform, particularly with lives at stake, affects everyone. Even the most experienced surgeon feels pressure. Fueled by the competitive juices that you've harnessed in medical school and before that, in undergraduate and in high school, and dragged down by fatigue, cutting corners can become an easy, normal human instinct. When this temptation or other difficult choices present themselves to you, you need to weigh your options and test your moral fiber. Your conscience and your desire to first do no harm should govern your decisions, and wise decisions most often emerge when people slow things down and deliberate carefully. Second, always remember that the physician-patient bond flows both ways. It's a river that flows both ways. You're not just giving to the patient. Empathy and sagacity and stewardship of care from the physician, gratitude, humanity, and insight from the patient. It's an honor and not a favor to be a true physician, to be a genuine healer. Third, remember that medicine, and in fact life, is a marathon. Don't burden yourselves with the thoughts that your career or your life on the line with every single decision. We learn from our mistakes. We become wiser by doing so. Mercy, forgiveness, understanding with your peers, colleagues, patients, and mentors will help you accept your own mistakes, your own stumbles more readily. Judge not, lest ye yourselves be judged, as the biblical phrase goes. Fourth, and this is something that I think is one of the great treats of medicine, read, and read some more, and not just on your phones. Being a perpetual student of life, medicine, and science is not only a wonderful privilege, but it's also a great opportunity. Failing to keep up with not just medical and scientific literature, but also the humanistic aspect of medicine has dire consequence, not only for you, but for your patients. So don't ever think that you know everything. Medicine is a constant school. But most of all, as my great friend Bill Ely, Dean of Medical Education for the last 20-something years at Emory University, said to me on many a challenging occasion, enjoy the journey. Medicine is empowering, it's engaging, it's genuinely enthralling. It's a magical profession that you're joining. It's a matchless sisterhood and brotherhood. Savor every moment of your time as a physician. We at AUB have no doubt that you'll make all of us, your parents, your siblings, your families, your spouses proud, and we look forward to welcoming you into the profession as our colleagues. But never forget that your worst day is considerably better than many of our patients' best days. Some of those patients are capable of great, great things. Take the time to put them at ease, to be on time for them, and to cherish your encounters. I'm going to read you some quotes from an individual who was plagued with lifelong low self-esteem, serious depression. He was hospitalized for mental illnesses many times. But with the help of his physician, he strove to make something of himself. So this patient said, "What am I in the eyes of most people? A non-entity, an eccentric, or an unpleasant person. Somebody who has no position in society and will never have. In short, the lowest of the low, the lowest of the low. All right then, even if that were absolutely true, then I should one day like to show by my work what such an eccentric, such a nobody has in his heart. Though I'm often in the depths of misery, there is still calmness, pure harmony, and music inside me. I see paintings or drawings in the poorest cottages, in the dirtiest corners, and my mind is driven towards these things with an irresistible momentum. I want to touch people with my art. I want them to say, he feels deeply, he feels tenderly." This man actually failed during his life as an artist. He sold one painting while alive. His younger brother was constantly coming to check on him to make sure that he was all right, and sacrificed his life to ensure that his older brother was better. But in the last 8 years of his life, he produced hundreds of the greatest masterpieces known to mankind, bequeathing the lion's share of them to who? To his physician, who then bequeathed the collection to the French Academy, a priceless gift of the greatest modern artist. That patient, that tortured artist, as some of you may have already recognized if you aren't checking your phones, was Vincent van Gogh. Think about that. That could be your patient. So next time you're checking your phone in a room with a patient, think about who that person is and what that encounter means to them. So Go in peace, my younger brothers and sisters, and never remember that your power and your responsibility may help the next great artist, great genius, or just the next great sufferer who needs your help to find a little more peace in their lives. Congratulations to you.
While waiting to fix some technical issues, we'd like to swap a couple of items on the agenda, and we will now ask Mr. Lorenzo Scidia to deliver his address on behalf of the class of 2025.
In my mind, I see young kids roaming the halls of a building haunted with beautiful stories. They are opening every door, exploring every corner, talking to the older and wiser inhabitants, taking in what will become their home for the next 2 years. Those kids were us in August of 2021, fresh into medical school, jumping from room to room in DTS, knowing nothing but the fact that we had one common goal: to become doctors, healers, caregivers, lifelines. The expedition towards that goal continues to be bumpy, with immeasurable highs and nerve-wracking lows, and yet here we are, still powering through. And now, I would like to congratulate my classmates. We are officially at the halfway point. Before I move on, I would like to say a quick thank you to all of the professors and administrative staff of the Faculty of Medicine at AUB, and to all of the physicians at AUB MC, all of whom were able to handle our antics, teach us, and guide us on this journey these last 2 years. Now, allow me to veer the conversation towards the guest of honor, the white coat. This piece of light cloth that would just fly away in a weak breeze is actually the heaviest piece of attire any of us here will ever wear. And that is because it is riddled with hefty virtues that each one of us must uphold in the coming 2 years and for the rest of our lives. First and foremost, responsibility. On those hospital floors, we will be responsible for every step we take, every rookie mistake, every awkward situation, and every short-lived conversation. It will be our duty to know what to expect and when to expect it, and act with utmost professionalism. We will control if we arrive on time, if we prepare properly, and if we do what is asked of us to the best of our abilities. And of course, if any injustice were to arise, we will not be afraid to speak up. One cannot forget the theme of trust. The hospital is an intricate institution that relies on each of its moving parts in order to function. And the next 2 years, we will have to discover where we fit in and how to keep the hospital's gears running smoothly. And that all depends on trust. Trusting each other, trusting the patients, trusting the heads above us, and most importantly, trusting ourselves will be the cornerstone of our work. The virtue of knowledge is one we know all too well. We spend the last 2 years of our lives sacrificing hours and hours of our time, our sociability, our sleep, in order to further our knowledge and in order to get to tomorrow, where we will finally be applying all that we've learned. And I'm sure we all love memorizing points from PowerPoints on drugs and diseases, but I have a feeling that we will love witnessing the monsters and helping combat them in person even more. And there are many more qualities that can be attributed with this piece of clothing, but I believe at the center of it all is a simple word: love. Love has fueled the train that led us here, and it will fuel our future expedition as well. Whether it be the love from our family and friends that supported us, or the love of erudition that keeps us dedicated to our craft. And love is what makes us human, after all. Many people believe that the medical field has lost its sensitivity and its benevolence, but I would like to refute that claim. I believe that our compassion is still burning bright, and that the coat we wear, endowed with the color of purity and innocence, will help propagate its love on the hospital floor, in the operating rooms, and by the patients' bedsides. After all, the phrase, "to save lives," which is the reason given by most medical students when asked, "Why did you enter medical school?" is one based essentially on love. It doesn't matter if we're technically at the bottom of the medical chain of command in the next 2 years. Seeing the smile on an 8-year-old woman after making it out fine from a lengthy surgery, seeing the relief of parents when their child makes it out fine from the NICU, seeing a cancer patient fight every day to live another, will fill us up with so much love to power our passion and to help keep us going. Med 3 and 4 will be the formative years of the journey we are on. We will learn and we will teach, we will enjoy and we will dislike. We will accept praise and internalize harsh criticism. We will listen to complaints from people all over this country and beyond, take them to heart, empathize, use our minds to make sense of them, and then offer the best help we can. And there will be times when all the stars align and everything goes perfectly, like dealing with beautiful cases of pure medicine, enjoying every aspect of what our minds and our bodies are doing to the point where maybe our choice of specialty becomes clear. However, we cannot appreciate light without darkness. And so there will be days when we'll come back home, lie in our beds with the lights off, think about every mistake we made in the past 12 hours, and question whether this is the right career for us. But in the end, nobody enjoys a roller coaster that only goes up. And we'll allow these moments of doubt and self-reflection to make us stronger and to make us better. I can't deny, this is a harsh world we live in, and being in this country does not make it any easier. Still, we fought like champions and overcame the obstacles that presented themselves on the path to this very moment, ready to transition into the next phase of our medical journey. We gave our blood, sweat, and tears, hoping to reach what I believe is a human being's ultimate objective, to do good. And starting tomorrow, each one of us will finally be satisfied knowing that it is our time to do good. Thank you.
I would like to ask Dr. Kamal Badr, the Executive Associate Dean for Education, to introduce the keynote speaker. Unfortunately, we're still having some technical problems, so it will be audio only.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations, our new third years. It's a real pleasure for me to introduce our keynote speaker for today, who is not an AUB graduate, although she might well have been one. Dr. Maya Hamoud completed her MD and an MBA degrees and did her residency training at the University of Michigan, one of the most distinguished medical schools in the United States. She's taken on many leadership roles in the past, including assistant and associate deans at Michigan and at Weill Cornell Medical College in Qatar, where she spent a few years. Her research is in medical education with a special focus on the use of technology in education and the role of academic coaching in learners in development. We are fortunate to have her with us 2 weeks ago, where she gave an excellent sort of workshop on coaching, and we are pleased that she will be rejoining us for the Middle East Medical Assembly in October. I was thrilled to meet her and find there's a maverick Arab-American woman who is making major changes in her immediate environment and was also poised to make major changes at the national level. Maya is currently the Robert Wilson Research Professor of Obstetrics and Gynecology and Professor of Learning Health Sciences. That's an interesting field. A Professor of Learning Health Sciences at the University of Michigan Medical School. She's also the Chief of Women's Health Division, Associate Chair for Education, and Senior Advisor for Medical Education Innovations at the American Medical Association, with a focus on health system science and coaching. She has over 90 peer-reviewed publications and has published 5 books. She's the past president of the Association of Professors of Gynecology and Obstetrics and a member of the National Board of Medical Examiners, the NBME's Board of Directors. Most interestingly, she is currently a principal investigator on a $1.75 million reimagining residency grant from the AMA, on the transformation from undergraduate to graduate medical education and is looking to make major changes in that area. It's a real pleasure to introduce Dr. Maya Hammoud.
Good evening. It is truly my great pleasure and honor to be with you to celebrate this great occasion. While I'm not an AUB graduate, I feel part of this family as I was on your campus 2 weeks ago. And I felt so welcomed, and I'm so honored to be invited back to join you tonight. It was so great to meet so many of you and see your beautiful campus. You are truly a group of impressive, accomplished, and gifted students, and your families must be so proud of you. I stand before you this evening with a profound sense of admiration and respect to celebrate this momentous occasion, the White Coat Ceremony. This ceremony is not merely a tradition, it's a testament to your unwavering dedication, resilience, and boundless compassion that has led you to this pivotal moment in your journey towards becoming physicians. Today we gather to recognize the significance of this symbolic garment, the white coat that represents the noble calling of medicine and the profound responsibility it carries. In this war-torn land where hope has often become overshadowed by despair, your presence here today shines as a beacon of resilience and the triumph of the human spirit. Your decision to pursue a career in healthcare amid such adversity is a testament to your unwavering belief in the power of compassion and your unwavering commitment to rebuilding your nation and its people. As you prepare to don the symbolic white coat, let us remember the true essence of medicine, an unwavering commitment to alleviate suffering and bring healing to those in need. Your journey, marked by countless challenges and hardships, has bestowed upon you a unique understanding of the human condition, one that few will ever comprehend. In the face of adversity, I would like to talk to you about 3 important areas that could be a powerful foundation for your success on this important journey: compassion, leadership, and humor. As you embark on this transformative path, let us pause to reflect on the power of compassion. In a world that often feels fragmented and disheartening, your presence here today reminds us all of the remarkable potential we have to heal, to comfort, and to bring hope. Compassion is the very essence of what it means to be a healer, and it should forever be your guiding light. Compassion is not a mere sentiment or a fleeting emotion. It's a practice, a way of being that demands empathy, understanding, and genuine care for the well-being of others. It's about recognizing the inherent dignity in every person you encounter, regardless of their background, their beliefs, or their circumstances. It's about walking alongside your patients, offering solace in their darkest moments, and celebrating their successes as if they were your own. The white coat you'll receive today signifies not just your knowledge and technical expertise, but also your commitment to treat every patient with the utmost respect, kindness, and dignity. It serves as a reminder of the sacred trust placed in your hands, the trust to safeguard the lives and well-being of those who will look to you in times of their vulnerability and uncertainty. Do not ever accept anything for any patient less than you would accept for a loved one. As you move forward, remember that compassion starts with self-care. It is impossible to pour from an empty cup. Take time to nurture your own well-being, to rest, to reflect, and to find joy in the simplest pleasures of life. Seek out mentors who will guide you and colleagues who will support you on this remarkable journey. Surround yourself with those who remind you of the beauty and profound impact of your work holds. Show compassion for your patients, compassion for yourself, and compassion for others. Compassion is the necessary foundation for leadership. Being a doctor involves inherent leadership responsibilities. Doctors lead through clinical expertise, advocacy for patients, collaboration within healthcare teams, effective communication, continuous learning, mentoring, and ethical decision-making. Embracing and developing leadership skills as a doctor enhances the leadership to positively influence patient care, inspire colleagues, and contribute to the advancement of healthcare. Leadership is not merely a title or a position of authority. It's a mindset, a conscious choice to inspire, guide, and empower those around you. And I could not think of a time or a place where being a physician leader is more important than it is in this country. As you wear the white coat today, it symbolizes not just your clinical expertise, but also the responsibility you carry to lead with integrity, compassion, and vision. As a doctor, you are often in a position of leadership where you have the opportunity to influence and guide others. As a doctor, you may find yourself leading research initiatives, implementing evidence-based practices, and driving change within healthcare systems. As a doctor, you will face numerous ethical dilemmas, which will require strong leadership skills to navigate complex situations. To be a leader in medicine means to be an advocate for your patients, for your colleagues, and for the communities you serve. It means standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult, and championing the highest standards of ethical practice. Your white coat represents the trust placed in your hands, the trust that you will make decisions with wisdom, compassion, and a commitment to the well-being of those you serve. With leadership comes serious responsibilities and lots of stressors, and this is where humor can have a powerful tool for building rapport, fostering connections, and creating a positive work environment. It can help alleviate tension, reduce anxiety, and improve overall well-being. Humor can serve as a coping mechanism, allowing leaders and team members to maintain perspective and resilience in challenging circumstances. So please allow me to talk about the seriousness of humor. Now, as we all know, medicine can be a pretty serious business. Life and death situations, complex procedures, and long hours can leave even the most stoic among us feeling a bit stressed. I thought I'd take a break from the seriousness and share some lighthearted advice for all of you. First off, don't forget the importance of a good sense of humor. It's been scientifically proven that laughter is the best medicine. Well, maybe not scientifically, but it's definitely been said a lot. So go ahead, make some cheesy medical jokes. Laugh at yourself when you make mistakes. And you will make mistakes. Take a moment to find joy in the little things. Second, don't underestimate the power of caffeine, whether it's coffee, tea, or energy drinks. We all know that medicine runs on caffeine. Just be careful not to overdo it, or you might end up having heart palpitations during surgery. Not ideal. Third, never underestimate the power of snacks. When you're on your third surgery of the day and haven't even eaten breakfast, trust me, no one on the surgical team will remember to send the poor medical student on lunch break. A granola bar can be a lifesaver. And hey, studies have shown that eating snacks can actually improve focus and cognitive function. So go ahead and indulge in a little snack break every now and then. Fourth, don't forget to take care of yourselves. Yes, your patients are important, but so are you. Make sure to take breaks, get enough sleep, and enjoy some time outside of the hospital. Your own well-being is just as important as that of your patients. Now, let's address the big white elephant in the room. Yes, I am talking about that pristine, crisp white coat you're about to don. It's like a badge of honor, a symbol of your dedication, and the sworn enemy of all things colorful and stain causing. So if you're anything like me, you'll be totally in fear of accidentally spilling coffee on it within the first 5 minutes. Good luck with that. Another important advice from an obstetrician: please take it off before participating in the delivery, unless you wish to have it stained with all kinds of fluids. But fear not, my dear students, because I'm here to share with you some comic wisdom and a few lighthearted tips to navigate your white coat journey. First and foremost, embrace the magical power of pockets. Those pockets are like mini black holes ready to devour pens, phones, snacks, and everything else you can fit in them. Just make sure to double check your pockets before you go home. And do not forget to empty your pockets before you place that coat in the washer. Because you will, and that's a good way to find out what happens when the ink pens and white coats go in the washer. In conclusion, my fellow future doctors, remember to embrace the moments of humor, laughter, and joy along the way. Find the funny in the challenging moments. Share a smile with your patients, and always keep that spare pen handy, because they do have a way of magically disappearing. Congratulations on reaching this milestone, and welcome to the wonderful, rewarding world of medicine. Here's to laughter, ridiculous moments, and a white coat journey as entertaining as it is impactful. But seriously now, let your white coat be a symbol of resilience, a reminder that in the darkest of times there's always light. Wear it proudly as a testament to a commitment to serve humanity and restore the dignity of those who have suffered. With every touch, every word, and every action, let compassion be the foundation upon which you build your careers. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Lean on one another for support. Draw strength from your shared experiences. and forge bonds that will carry you through the most challenging of days. Together, you can build a community of healers who will not only transform individual lives, but will also contribute to the rebuilding of this country. I like to close by going through my 7 rules of the white coat. Wear the white coat with pride. You have worked hard to get to this point in your lives and will continue to work hard. You join an auspicious profession. Wear the coat with humility. Being a physician does not make you better than others. It means that you have responsibility to others. Number 3, when you put on the coat, remember to listen carefully to your patients. They will usually tell you what's of concern. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We are reminded to use them in that proportion. Number 4, the coat is not a shield. It does not protect us from becoming attached to our patients or feeling pain upon loss, nor does it protect the physician from personal illness, tragedy, or grief. Number 5, know when to take the coat off. Medicine can be seductive. Some days you might want to choose to spend time in the office in favor of changing diapers or doing homework with children. Each phase of life seems to pass quickly, and for those of us who have children, they will grow in a flash. Don't miss their childhood in favor of medicine. Number 6, know your own limitations. The code does not make us all-knowing, all-powerful. Remember, God can play doctor, but doctors should not play God. Number 7, finally, wash your coat regularly. Your patients don't want to know what you had to eat last week by seeing it on your coat. Finally, I would like to share with you something that we say at Michigan. Those who stay will be champions, and you are champions. Congratulations again on this very important milestone in your journey, and thank you for allowing me to share with you this amazing day. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Hammoud. This was really very inspirational. We will now have a short musical interlude by the AUB Classical Music Club. Thank you. This was Mr. Khalil Shaheen. We will now proceed with the administration of the medical oath. Will the students please rise? In our profession, it is a custom established more than 2,000 years ago that all those admitted to the honors of the profession must first expressly take upon themselves its obligations. Now, therefore, in behalf of your elders, I call upon you to take, as we have taken before you, the oath which bears the name of Hippocrates. I shall read to you the pledge, after which you will be asked to signify your acceptance of it. Will my colleagues of the faculty please rise? I do solemnly pledge before my teachers and all those present to be true to this oath. I will be loyal to the ideals of the profession of medicine and its tradition of service to all human beings. I will care for my fellow human beings with compassion, empathy, and kindness. I will follow that treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of patients while respecting their choices and beliefs. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not perform any medical procedure for criminal purposes. Whatever I see or hear in the lives of people which ought not to be spoken abroad, I will keep secret. All my professional acts shall be for the benefit of the sick to the utmost of my power, holding myself aloof from any act of corruption or discrimination. In purity and uprightness, I will pass my life and practice my art. While I continue to keep this oath inviolate, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art respected by people in all times. Do you so promise? I do. In keeping of this pledge, may each one of you be granted a long life of service and the privilege of honoring the profession which today honors you. Will my colleagues of the faculty please be seated? Congratulations to all students. We will now begin the distribution of the white coats. This year, as in the past couple of years, the students will be sharing this event with their learning communities mentors who will accompany them on stage. Will each mentor and student please come forward when their name is called? I would like to ask President Khouri, Dean Sawaya, and Associate Dean Badr to join me on stage for the distribution of the oaths. Will Dr. Jumana Antoun join us on stage? Lynn Abdel Malak. Mark Bell. علي دقيق. ربع زيباوي. فراس حداد. جينيفر جوخدار. إلسا لما. جاد صعب. عمر زيدان. Thank you, Dr. Antoun. Will Dr. Ghassan Awar please join us on stage? نور الأعور. سارة عمرو. لورينزو شيديا. محمد الحسين. تمارا الخطيب. سارة المسكي. تايمة غلاييني. جعفر إسماعيل. جوزيف نصار. Salwa Zainuddin. Thank you, Dr. Awar. Will Dr. Randall Barazi please join us on stage? Anthony Abumrad. Kareen Eid. Joseph El-Bashour. Anas El-Zoghbi. داليا عز الدين. جاد حلاوي. سناء قلعجي. كريستال لطوف. Thank you, Dr. Barazi. Will Dr. Hussein Darwish please join us on stage? Nadeem Alemi. علي عواضة. ريتا الهاشم. إلهام الحلاق. عدنان فتفت. سارة حلمي. نور خوري. غادي سيئلي. Mustafa, thank you, Dr. Darwish. I would like to ask Dr. Pascal Karam to join us on stage. Now, Mustafa Al-Hattab. Lama Ammar. زينة شحادي. بترا جرجس. حازم إعالي. غنى لبابيدي. ليونار لواندوس. محمد نحلاوي. محمد وهبي. Thank you, Dr. Karam. Will Dr. Umayya Msharrafi please join us on the stage? Jana Abu Faraj. Hiba Fadlallah. عباس حمود. علي حمود. محمد قاسم. تشارلي جو ليون. محمد شبارو. مدحت صديق. Thank you, Dr. Musharrafi. I would like to ask Dr. Marianne Naami Majdalani to join us on stage. Elio Bitar. محمد بحصلي. أليكس الدرزي. ييفا فقيه. جنى هارون. غنى خليل. مايكل ماضي. إليو سلامي. Thank you, Dr. Majdalani. I would like to ask Dr. Muna Osman Al-Hajj to join us on stage. ريم عبد القادر. كريم بشير. إدوين شرابي. محمد المير. ماريا غاريوس. ديالا جزرة. رواد لئيس. مايكل رومانوس. Jeffrey Yamin. Thank you, Dr. Osman. I would like to ask Dr. Karine Saar to join us on stage. Badr Abi Ali. Salim Ballouz. Reem Dergham. محمد الصادق الزغبي. علي حج علي. زينة لطيفي. زياد صيفي. نادر زلائط. Thank you, Dr. Saar. I would like to ask Dr. Sami Sanjad to join us on stage. Layan Boujaudi. Haya Farhat. Rani Hassan. Joseph Khalil. Lara Kraidiye. Patrick Maroon. Lara Sroor. نورا وحود. Thank you, Dr. Sanjar. I would like to ask Dr. Diana Sina Rahmi to join us on stage. Joseph Aburjaili. عمرو علي. خليل شاهين. نور فواز. علي حب الله. دونا تيش. إبراهيم مراد. محمد وطفة. رزان وهبي. Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. And thank you all. Congratulations, everybody. Please rise for the AUB alma mater.
Where
to ask the faculty members, the LC mentors, then the students to follow me to start the recessional. Will the assembly please remain seated until the faculty and students have exited the hall? Please join us for a group picture outside on the stairs of the main gate and a small reception. And good night.